Hello and welcome to HODL Harmony. I'm gonna let my songs play. Yes, sir. Bitcoin bull run 2025, just trying to stay alive. Got my bags packed, ready for the road. Yes, sir. Jerome Powell's got me crying. Trump coin gon' start me lying. Oh, you gon' rail onto your hats. This one's gonna be a super cycle. Mining rigs running day and night. Gas feeds reaching new heights. NFTs and Web3 dreams, not what it seems. Excuse me. While the AI hallucinates just a little bit. Altcoins pumping left to right. Meme coins taking flight. Yo, we got two people in the chat. I'm gonna just do this from now on. I'm gonna let the music play while people join the chat before I just start talking to nobody. While my AI is hallucinating, I'll do my opening. Hello and welcome to Huddle Harmony, where the beat of the blockchain meets the rhythm of riches. Are you riding this crypto wave with me? Let's see how far I can get before I pull up my thing. My name is Tom Durante, the Maestro. I am a crypto enthusiast who got into this wild world back in 2020. Did I get all this? Yes. With just a GPU mining rig and a passion for passive income. I'm bullish on Bitcoin and Cardano, but I also like taking profits with other coins. Lots of other coins, in fact. With my music background and my background music, even if it is AI and hallucinating from time to time, I bring a unique vibe to breaking down the crypto economy. Sorry. Think of it as a soundtrack to your hodling journey. We got our HODL Harmony song. Here on HODL Harmony, expect daily videos, or, whenever I wake up from my nap on time, with market updates, simple technical analysis, to read the charts, wallet guides to keep your coins safe, stories from my ongoing mining journey, and practical crypto tips. Whether you're new or a seasoned hodler, I'm here to learn and grow with you. I may be a few years ahead of you on your journey, but I am no expert. So as always, do your own research. So make sure you do a couple of things to help this channel grow. We've hit 4,000 subscribers. That's incredible. But we want to do more. We don't want to stop there. So things you can do. To help. Hit this like button. Smash the subscribe. Poke the notification bell. And share this video with all your friends, your family, their friends, their family, like I said, all the people in all the places. Let's find the harmony in hodling together. Alright, we got a little bit of news to get to, and since it's just me in here, although a few people have been in and out, I'm going to start with HODL Harmony with a little bit of news. We'll let this play, and then I'll get my playlist going. Mind the market's tricks. Can I edit this playlist? I can. Oh, not like that. Well, it's not that exciting of a day. Honestly, I didn't even want to come on, but I probably won't be able to go on tomorrow. Check my Discord here real quick. Don't mind the market's tricks. It might be a quiet night today. They were just asking for me a little bit ago in the Discord, but maybe they went away. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, so I'm just going to get moving here. We're going to put on some music and let the thing do the thing. There we go. We got it all going. Alright, now I don't even have to think about it. Because, yeah, these charts are not looking so great today. Yikes! What a dumpy market. Alright, let's get into the news. Let's get through this. I'll get in and out if nobody joins me. I'll tell you about it, but I had quite the stream on my music stream. I'll point you towards that if you are so interested, because I won't go through all that again. Alright, the title of today's update is ETH outshines, Bitcoin holds, Trump probed. Wow. Here's a fresh roundup of 10 top crypto news stories for your HODL Harmony livestream on Thursday, May 29th, 2025, tailored to today's developments based on the latest available information and avoiding overlap with previous days. That would be preferable. I've also included the top 5 crypto gainers and losers for May 29th based on market data from X posts and web sources. These stories and market movers capture market dynamics, regulatory scrutiny, and institutional moves to keep your audience engaged. And that is a Star Trek. Every time I say the word engaged, I think of Patrick Stewart, Captain Picard. Engage. Where are my Star Trek nerds out there? Top 10 crypto news stories. Number 1. Ethereum surges to $2,700. Woo! Ethereum jumped 4% to a 3-month high, above $2,700, leading the crypto market with strong DeFi and ETF inflows, $85 million today, driven by Pectra upgrade adoption per Crypto Slate. Number 2, Bitcoin steady at 108,000. Not so steady right now. We're looking at 105,000. Just saying. Finally, for once, I don't have to reload that. Oh, not that, but the button. Usually if I hit the button, it goes to a black screen unless I've done something. But anyway, it's not 108,000 anymore. Bitcoin dipped slightly, and it's dipped even more now to $105,920, holding key support levels despite tariff concerns. Are we still dealing with that? With $433 million in Bitcoin ETF inflows, bolstering sentiment per post on X. Number 3, Rashkin. Sounds like a... Anyway. Rashkin probes Trump's crypto dinner. Republican Jamie Rashkin launched an investigation into Trump's May 22nd Trumpcoin memecoin dinner, demanding guest names to probe foreign influence, escalating political crypto tensions, per the Washington Post, the most reliable name in news. Yeah, right. Number 4, the Clarity Act introduced for crypto. Republican French Hill unveiled the bipartisan Digital Asset Market Clarity Act of 2025. Clarity Act, aiming to streamline crypto market structure with support from 3 Democrats. Wow! That means that there are 3 Democrats who actually showed up to work. Crazy. Number 5, Bybit gains EU approval. Bybit's EU arm secured registration as a crypto asset service provider, CASP, establishing its European HQ in Vienna, Austria, to serve all 29 EEA states. European Union, I don't know what that stands for. EEA? I don't know what that stands for. Per Cointelegraph. Number 6, Solana's NFT marketplace. Boom! Solana's Magic Eden NFT marketplace hit record transaction volumes, boosting Sol's ecosystem and developer growth. 4,200 active developers. Ooh, per Cointelegraph. A lot of Cointelegraph today. Number 7, Tether faces stablecoin competition. Ooh, Tether's planned US-focused stablecoin faces challenges as banks explore a joint stablecoin, and Van Eyck's V-bill gains traction per posts on X. Number 8, Ooh, Coinbase hack lawsuit filed. Investors filed a class action lawsuit against Coinbase over its $400 million hack, alleging negligence in security practices, adding to DOJ scrutiny per posts. On X. I fight a lisp, and it's unfortunate. I should pay more attention to my diction. Number 9, Avalanche's gaming push. Remember, Avalanche, not the other one, Algorand. Avalanche partnered with a major gaming studio to launch tokenized in-game assets, driving AVAX's 2% gain and ecosystem hype per posts on X. I haven't got a copyright hit from myself on this video yet, so who knows. And you know, I think just looking at this, it just seems like my chart, if I can scoot this back, that would be kind of cool. Can I? Nope. Can I adjust it at all? Oh no! I just deleted it. Good thing there's an undo button right there. Oh, what happened? Oh no. What the heck did I do? Oh, there we go. Okay. I was like, can I just scoot this back a little bit? Can I adjust this? Let's hit these buttons and not that button. Settings. I wonder if I can scooch it a little bit. Oh, there's not much as far as Okay, anyway. Yo, it's Fussy. Thank you, sir. And thank you for joining me tonight. I know Chris was asking if I was going on Discord, so I don't know. And yeah, I think it was you posting in there about the dip. What a dip it is. So what I was just looking at was, I was thinking, like, maybe my chart is just ever so slightly off. You know what? I am on the 1 hour chart, so that might be influencing it a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just that this move here, it seems to me that all the moves are happening before they are happening on the M2. So I think my M2 might be just ever so slightly off. I don't know. But thank you for being part of my first 4,000 subscribers. All right, let's finish here. Number 10. Kraken's Japan exit finalized. Kraken confirmed its June 30th Japan exit, citing high regulatory costs, prompting X debates about Asia's crypto market outlook. All right. So let's hear about our top 5 crypto gainers. Number 1, Zebic Network. ZBCN coin up 32%. Surged on DeFi protocol upgrades per crypto slate. Number 2, Status SNT coin up 29%. Gained from decentralized messaging platform Buzz per crypto slate. Number 3, Wallet Connect token. Oh, I use Wallet Connect. I wonder if that was like an airdrop or something. WCT coin up 22%. Rose on cross-chain wallet integration news per crypto slate. Gosh, there's a lot of crypto slate news. Number 4, SPX6900. Oh, SPX up 15%. Meme coin rallied on retail FOMO per posts on X. Number 5, the Open Network TON token up 12%. Up on Telegram ecosystem growth per posts on X. And our top 5 crypto losers. Number 1, Newton, the AB token, down 21%. Plummeted after prior day's pump. Okay, taking some profits there, Newton people. Number 2, Nextpace, NXPC token, down 10%. Fell on low project traction per crypto slate. Number 3, Maple Finance. The Syrup token, down 6.6%, dropped amid DeFi lending concerns per crypto slate. Number 4, Trump Bitcoin down 4.5%, hit by Raskin's probe into Trump's crypto ventures per post on X. And again, Helium, the HNT token, down 3.8%, declined post Coinbase delisting news per post on X. Okay, so a couple of talking points for you all. Ethereum's $2,700 breakout, altcoin season, or ETH's solo run? I haven't really looked at today was the last day of class with the students, our exams. So I haven't even looked, I barely looked at the price at all today. So I'm curious to see what's happening. Bitcoin's $105,000 hold, HODL, or brace for tariff fallout. I have a feeling we've had enough of this tariff fallout. I just have enough. I have a feeling. Trump's dinner. Oh, okay. Trump's dinner probe. Trump coin toast or political noise? Clarity Act, crypto regulatory savior, or another delay? ZBCN and SNT spikes, hidden gems, or pump and dump risks? I don't know. What do you think? You gotta leave your stuff down. You gotta leave your comments down below. All right. All right. So here we go. Let's check in with the market. Let's check in. So obviously we're down today. That's never fun, but I think it was you, Fussy, that said yesterday, or maybe it was Chris that said, a dump is just an opportunity to buy, more or less. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what was said. Yeah, I mean, look, you can just see the momentum wave down here. That's a pretty big blue wave, right? It's big and blue, and it looks like it may be reaching its peak, but I'm not sure. I would never to be sure. A dip is a gift. There you go. That's beautiful. Beautifully said. A dip is a gift. I like that. And that it is. As long as you have a little extra money to throw into the market, a dip is a gift. But I have a feeling it's all these little financial forecast things that are kind of holding us down, or we're trying to price these in. Let's see what the AI says. Cantor Fitzgerald, I guess that's a company, is launching a Bitcoin fund for direct exposure to Bitcoin's price with downside protection tied to gold. Wow. The fund has a 5-year duration and no upside limit. Well, that's cool. Institutional demand for Bitcoin is strong, with U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF seeing 10 days of inflows, mainly from BlackRock. Trump Media plans a private Bitcoin treasury worth $2.5 billion. Ryan Rasmussen estimates Bitcoin could see $80 billion in demand if 1% of 401k funds are allocated to it. That's incredible. $80 billion in demand. We're looking at $2 trillion market cap, so an $80 billion I don't know. Maybe I'm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So that'll add to it. Maybe it'll get us to like 3 trillion or something like that. Following the U.S. labor demands removal of anti-crypto guidance. All right. So it's a down day, but like our friend here said, a dip is a gift. All right. So just in case you forgot, this blue line is our overall trend line. If I were to go back out to the week, look at that. It's a vertical line. Almost. All right, so that line I drew, man, I'm going to have to zoom out a lot. So this is a weekly candle situation. Oh, our options trader is on there typing in the Discord. So this is so I line this up with the peaks of each market. Look at that from the very beginning. The peak, the peak, the peak, the peak, the peak, the peak. So, it's okay to have a pullback occasionally. So just in case you're ever wondering when you see that blue line, I mean, look at that. That is a diagonal line up and to the right. And when we zoom in, it's almost flat when we zoom in. Right? The more we zoom in, the more flat it gets. But we're hitting that resistance, right? And so the higher we go, the longer we take, we're we're most likely going to break above this. Right? I just happened to draw it on top of all the other peaks. You see, we went above it. None of those candles have broken above it. on a weekly, but you know, that's what we're looking at. That's what that blue line is when you see that on my chart. Oh, look at this. Okay, M2 money supply, I see you. Okay. Do we really have to wait to July? Oh, look at that. That's next year. There's no way it's going to take that long. So if this is an indicator, which it is, and I'm just saying mine might be off. It might be off, but I do have other people that I watch that use the same one. So I don't know. I did switch to the weekly, so I thought that might change it, and it kind of does. But you know, maybe we're gonna have our first down week for a while. I don't know. This week, no. I mean, it's kind of hard to say because we're still holding pretty good levels. But according to the M2 supply, which is our favorite indicator this cycle, we're gonna have a stagnant summer into fall, all the way to November, October, November, and then we're gonna go up. I don't buy it. I don't believe that for a second. And then we'll go up. So what I think is gonna happen is this may be compressed, and we'll see this big pump here in midsummer, like June, July, and then we'll dip back down, and then like October, November, this is gonna happen into the end of the year. Right, and so after this big pump, you know, maybe we touch on to $200,000 on this pump of the supply, and then when that pullback happens, that's when altcoin season starts to come off, and then everybody starts to go up together. So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna clip this and turn this into a short. That's my prediction for the market. So we shall see. Let me go back to my hourly candles and zoom all the way in. It's just so flat and boring, but you know, you are wise, my good sir. Yo, Mr. Butters. It's okay. This stream almost didn't happen due to another nap. I'm so freaking exhausted. I'm gonna try my very best to not lose my sleep schedule over the summer. That is one of the hardest things. I do enjoy being up late. And like we talked about yesterday. Oh, okay. So, like we talked about yesterday, you know, my interests are varied in various psychedelic encounters and things like that. So late night is fun, especially over the summer when I have no responsibilities. But I'm going to try my best this year to be productive this summer. And I will, before we go any further, since we got some more people popping in here, I will share something with you. Maybe I'll wait and see if Chris pops in here and Rose. But our options trader is showing us something, and you know, he posts some things in there, and honestly, I have no idea what he's showing us, what he's talking about. These are like the bid and ask price and things like that. I don't know what half of it means. I don't know what a quarter of it means. But he says something is brewing. Take a look at the premium. These are whales. I'm going to ask him, is this an up something or a down something? I don't understand what you are sending me. Yeah, and that's okay. It's kind of cool to get that perspective, you know, a little bit different than what we're used to. Because that is such a different world. All right, so it looks like, oh, okay, we just got an up candle, so that's fun. And like I said, this blue momentum wave looks like it's had its fun, and it's going to start coming back the other way. And yeah, okay, wow, it's already 10 o'clock. Oh my god. Luckily, I don't have to get up too early tomorrow. I do have to go to work and finish my grades, but luckily I don't have to be there at the butt crack of dawn. All right. Oh my god, it looks like I need to find some money and buy some Cardano. Look at that, 70 cents. Oh my god, I just got paid today. Here we go, buying some Cardano live on the stream. So, through Uphold, my good friends, I will go online, and I'm going to click on ADA, and I'm going to click on buy. And then it gives you all these options. Okay, so how much do you want to buy? I mean, I'm going to keep it conservative. I'm just going to throw 50 bucks in there just to kind of get some price exposure. Okay, here's the thing that pisses me off about buying on exchanges. I'm looking at a price that says 70 cents. And then I'm looking at a price here that says 72 cents. Why are you doing this to me? Oops. I don't know. That's called a spread. And it kind of just pisses me off. So I'm going to buy 50 bucks at 72 cents. Maybe I'll throw some more in there. You know what? I'm going to go for 100. Let's throw a hundo at him. Okay. So, and then I select my bank account, right? So I have my banks hooked up here. I could use Apple Pay for a $3.99 fee, 3.99% fee, and a $15,000 limit, which I wish I could hit. I could use a debit card for, again, 3.99 fee and that limit, or I could use my direct bank deposit for 0 fee. I'm going to use that one because I don't like to pay a fee. Pick my bank account. It shows me all the information. They are charging me $1, so I'm actually buying $99. Market rate is $1 equals 1.37858 ADA. And this is just a one-time purchase, so there you go. My purchase is going through. Congrats on your purchase. Look at that. I don't think I've ever bought crypto live on YouTube before. Ooh, and my ADA has just overtaken my Bitcoin in my Uphold. So there you have it. So we're looking at 69 cents. That's a fun number. But yeah, so I paid 2 or 3 cents over that because of the spread. But that's okay. I mean, look at that dip. If that continues, then I'll just throw some more in there. Anyway, I gotta pay my mortgage this week, so we'll see what happens. I love 69 too, bro. If anybody ever calls you a pussy, you just say, you are what you eat. Alright, that's Cardano. Alright, hash rate ticking up. My freaking node is taking its sweet time. Do you hear me? Go faster. You're supposed to be done tomorrow, so we're still looking at like 48% synced with the network. Of course, it took like 7 days last time, so I'm just being patient. I'm just stacking sats, okay? You know, I'm all worked up about my node, but the more time that it takes, the more time that I have 3 miners contributing to my daily income. So I'm not really that upset. It's just like I just want to be mining. I want that chance at a solo block, which I may never get, but I really want it, and I really want it, and I really want it, and I'm going to make it happen. But anyway, let's continue. Okay, this is our weekly. Okay, and yeah, so we are well above. So green line is our daily moving average, right? 10-day. And then we have a 50-day, which is the pink. Okay, the 50 is the one that I made this indicator for. And then the black line is the 200, okay? We are well above the 50 and the 200. Hope you can see all of that right there. Okay, the green tracks the price, obviously, over a week. And there's a weekly candle, so that is accurate. It's supposed to be right where it is. And those other lines are our indicators. So we broke down below, at least according to my chart here. We actually broke down below all of the indicators right here for 2 weeks. And that was the lowest point of our market. That would have been a bullish sentiment. I'm sorry, a bearish sentiment, right? And so now that we started to break above, we're back in bull territory. So just, you know, unemotional when it's above these, breaking above these, we are bullish. When it's breaking below these, we are bearish. So even here, when we're below the 50-day moving average, it's bearish, okay? You can be bearish. But also, if it's in between these two, so you might be all right? And until it broke below, which was right here, just for a couple weeks, then you can remain bearish or bullish. There are a number of these indicators that we're looking at, and that's, you have to take a holistic approach, a holistic look at them, just to see, to gather all the information you can, to make the best decision that you can, and to validate your feelings about the market as best you can. So that's why we look at all these different things. One more thing. Our contrarian. I've switched my contrarian. Wow, what a dip. So I've switched my contrarian indicator from the DXY to the stable coin, which is essentially the same, because they're both dollar tied. I mean, this is a significant volume on a daily basis. It stays pretty consistent. But we had a significant dump. Look at that. And so wild movements and things like that. So that's our contrarian indicator. All right, let's look at the overall market sentiment. Okay, we are barely holding on to greed. If we go any lower, then we're going to be into fear, moderate fear, right? So we are holding on to greed with every fiber of our being. We are in Bitcoin season 100%. And it's okay. It's well earned. It's well deserved. It is time. Oh, look at the outflows we got. Buy the fear, sell the greed. That's right. A dip is a gift. I'm going to make some quotes and just stick them up onto my acoustic panels right here. All right. So let's look at one more thing, two more things. Okay, let me refresh our Google Trends. Are we going up? I mean, it looks like this is over a week. Okay, now I know that went above 50, so I don't know. Maybe this readjusts as it moves forward in time here. But anyway, so we're still basically where we've been. We have hit all-time highs. We are holding $100,000 or well above it. And still, people are not talking about it. It's crazy. It is just crazy. We got an update here on our Discord. I hear the boop boop. I think it's on my computer too. That is an option flow. So he showed this crazy picture of all this information. I was like, what the heck is that? This is an option flow. Is showing lots of hedging. And at the same time, a lot of cash secured puts on Apple trying to acquire the stock. I asked him, is it up something or down something? So I'm not sure. I don't know, but he said something is brewing. All right, let's see where we're at. We're probably still, as long as we've held Google, we should be fine. Yeah, we're good. And we're getting low there. So come on back up there, puppy. All right, before we get into our bookmarks here, I want to share a little bit of personal news. Let's see. Okay, so I will direct you to, let me pull that up real quick. I'm going to direct you to my music channel, Durrante's House of Music. Where is it? Really? You just got into the market? Well, that's exciting, Fussy. That's very exciting. All you have to do. Are you ready? I'm gonna lay it on there after I finish typing. I'm gonna lay it on you. Drop some knowledge. All you have to do is nothing. You have to have the conviction to believe in your decision. You have to literally do nothing. You buy and you hold and you hodl and you do nothing until you hit these certain targets that you want to hit. That's why you need to sit and do something like this. You need to make your crypto exit strategy. Do it right now. Not right now, wait till the stream's over. But do it relatively soon before the market. Like, do it while the market is boring. I did this last summer when things were boring, right? Just before they started taking off, which was pretty cool. But you need to, number one, dollar cost average. Okay, you just watched me buy $100 of Cardano. And I'm pretty sure I just bought $50 not too long ago. Maybe yesterday, I think. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about 30% down. 30% down is completely insignificant for where we're going. Okay? How would you feel about being 100% up or 200% up or 300% up, because that's where we're going. I believe it. I truly believe it. And everything is telling us that that's going to happen, and it's just an eventuality. The day by day, the month by month, the week by week is significantly less important than the year by year. And if you have something like this, where you say, okay, ADA hit $1, and I sold it at $1.02. So I actually did better than I was anticipating, than I planned to. But this kind of stuff takes the emotions out of what, takes the emotions out of what you're doing. Because money is very emotional. It's tied directly to your time. Well, there you go. Yeah. I do not struggle with gambling addiction. Like I told you yesterday, I don't consider, marijuana like physically addictive, although it can probably be. But it's definitely an emotional thing. It's like, I'm fine. I can handle this. And then if you spend your days like that, then, you're not really, you're chasing temporary pleasure instead of actual happiness. And, if you don't agree with me right now, maybe one day you'll see the wisdom in that. But yeah, I always try to stay optimistic. And like I was saying, I'm going to point you to something that happened within the last week here. I don't know what I did. Here I go. So I don't know if I want to play this, but I'm going to put this video in the chat for you to watch if you are so inclined. And it went on a little bit longer, so this is why I was a little bit late today. But it was an emotional roller coaster. So that is my live stream on Durante's House of Music this week. And look at that, you got two of me now. So what I decided, so last week, 2 weeks ago, I got the news that I would no longer be teaching a class that I love more than almost anything. I love music theory, and I'm a composer by trade. I went to school to be a composer, so I live and breathe music theory. It's one of the most, I'm the most knowledgeable on that than almost anything other than piano rebuilding and things like that. I'm an expert at that because of my experience and because of my training and things like that. So I was told by my principal that the decision had been made that they're going to give my AP Theory class, which is a college level class, which I'm incredibly qualified to teach, they would be giving it to another teacher who's not as qualified. But basically it felt like I was being punished because of paperwork and things like that, and just being generally irresponsible in their eyes. But in my perspective, there's an incredible lack of guidance coming from the top. They expect you to do things, but they don't really show you how to do it. There's nobody helping you. I mean, I'm a new teacher. I've been teaching for 10 years, which is kind of a long time. I was in private school for 5 years teaching. And then I taught elementary school for a year in public school. And then I found my current job, which is at my old high school, which is really weird, by the way. So I teach at my old high school where I went. And so I've been there. This is the 4th year. I just finished 4 years teaching orchestra, guitar, AP music theory. And when I took the job, I had a digital music class. And you can probably see why I was teaching digital music, because I love digital music. This AI, I actually was teaching AI music 2-3 years ago in my digital music class, and it was horrible. It was bad. It did not do anything near what it is capable of now, only 2 years later. And so one of the assistant principals at the time, who just retired this year, she killed that class because it's a small class. You see, in public schools, they want to fill up your classes with all these kids who don't want to be there, and they don't really care. They just want to fill up your classes. And so because that was a very specific class that actually could have been a filler-upper kind of a class, everybody and their mother and their brother, whoever, wants to make digital music. How many people just want to make some beats and rap and all that stuff? Like, that's what that class was all about, learning the techniques to make the music of the future. and I was super passionate about it. So the 3 things I was super passionate about: digital music, music theory, college level music theory, just to be specific, and orchestras, just to finish off. To be specific, teaching 4 semesters of a college class in 2 semesters of a high school class. So I've got to have the best of the best students, and I did. And even still, with that, the pass rate of that exam was not very high. They have to take a test that is not even administered by me. I'm teaching towards a test all year long. Right? So anyway, they told me, you're not teaching that class anymore. After a year or 2 ago telling me, you're not teaching digital music anymore. And I'm a very headstrong person, so coming in and tell me what I'm going to do is not great. It doesn't make me feel great. So I decided to quit. I decided I am done being a teacher. I am going to go back and do my piano work. And then I sat on that decision over the weekend. I thought about it, and I asked the principal. I was like, is there any chance that we can undo this? Whatever. And he was not feeling it. And he was like, nope, the decision's been made. Okay. So in my head, I'm like, I'm done. I quit. And so I told the kids, I told my students, and I got emotional, and they got emotional, and they started writing me these letters. And through the course of the week, and then over the next weekend, I changed my mind. Because of them, because of their affection for me. And so in this video here that you see on your screen, and that's been linked into your chat, I read these letters, and they were in the chats. The kids were in the chats, and definitely I broke down a couple of times. I got choked up. It was a very difficult decision, and I undid it. And so I'm hoping, I'm going to stay. I really do not like teaching guitar. I play guitar. I love the guitar, but the clientele in that class is not the greatest. They don't want to be there. Some of them didn't even choose to be there. Right? Thank you, Mr. Butters. So that's kind of what I've been alluding to over the last week or two. I'm like, I've got an important decision I'm going to tell you about, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, literally, without crying, I'm going to try and just read you some of this. Let me give you a little taste so that you'll go and watch the rest of this video. This one right here was, obviously we got simple ones let's see. I mean, this stuff really touches my heart. Mr. Durante, orchestra was so much fun this year. Thank you for pushing me to try new things and always be so helpful. I can't wait for next year. This was a student who played the violin really well. She was up in the front row, which means that she's really good. And then I was like, okay, we only have 2 violas and one of them just left. So I need you to play the viola. I know you've played violin all, your whole time, but I need you to switch instruments. And sometimes that stuff happens, and she did it. She did really well at it. Thank you for your support. I'm going to try not to cry while I read this next one, because this one really got me. This was the one of the ones. Sometimes the people who make the biggest difference in our lives aren't the ones we expect, and you are one of those people for me. Even though I never sat in your class, she was not my student, or had the privilege of being one of your official orchestra students. Your support, kindness, and encouragement have meant more than I can ever express. From the outside, it might have seemed like I was just another student passing by, someone who didn't quite belong to your ensemble, someone you didn't have any reason to look out for. Oh, God. But somehow, you still showed me. You still saw me. You still made time, whether it was a simple "how are you doing" when I passed by, or quiet moments. Any small act as such made a huge impact. You treated me, as well as many others, like we mattered. And it stuck with all of us. In many ways, I think that that's what being a great teacher is about. Not just passing on knowledge, but building people up, even when there's nothing in it for you. You probably didn't even realize how much your presence helped me. There were days when I felt like I was fading into the background, and yet you were there, offering a place to be heard, even if it was just through a smile or a simple conversation. The orchestra room always felt like a safe haven, even for someone like me who didn't belong to the group. You created that environment. You made that possible. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for your quiet strength. Thank you for treating every student, even the ones who weren't yours, with kindness and respect. Thank you for sharing that I think, showing me that I didn't have to be a part of your class to be a part of your care. You may never fully know the impact you've had on me, but please believe me that it's lasting. You've reminded me of the kind person that I want to be. Someone who motivates, someone who notices, can't read it. Notices, who listens, who lifts others up. That's the kind of teacher you are. And I will carry your example with me wherever I go. I said I wasn't going to cry. But I had no idea. I mean, I had a little bit of an idea, but that one really got to me. And then just one more. I'm not going to read all these. I read all of those on stream, and I definitely cried. Just got choked up. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to read this one. This one basically tells the story. Yeah, I know, right? There's onions everywhere. I hated music until I met the cello. Truly, I cried when I saw orchestra on my 6th grade schedule. I fell in love with cello, so I kept with it, no matter how toxic of an environment the class was. I've debated quitting more times than I care to share. Every year it was the same goal, be the best. It was draining. I thought this year would be the same, until I walked into class. It just had a different feel. You didn't care about being the best, usually. It was fun. I knew I could count on the class to make me smile. You've become my security. You were my safe place at school. And trust me, I get attached easily, so I'm sorry for being a Velcro student, but I'm distraught to see you go. The onions. And this was the same student as that last letter. Thank you for showing me how to laugh for real again. You genuinely brought back my spark, and I watched it happen. Literally watched it happen. I knew this girl in 8th grade. I would go down to the middle schools, my feeder middle schools, and she was quiet. When I walk into a classroom, I mean, you see how fun I am, just on YouTube in my own room, but like when I walk into a classroom in front of a bunch of kids who maybe they don't want to be there, maybe they do, music does heal for sure. When I walk into a classroom, I'm exuberant. I love everything about music, and I've always wanted to do orchestra. When I was in college, I would conduct in my car. I took a conducting class at school, at FSU, and I love conducting, and it's so much fun making music. I told the kids, you play your instrument, but my instrument is all of you. And so it's really cool being able to bring people together. And I have this little picture that I drew, and I look at it every time I'm on live here. I'm not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but this is what orchestra feels like to me. It's like, this is the orchestra on stage, this is the music happening, and this is the audience. So it's like all of this stuff is just happening and filling the room. And that's what it feels like to me. And so to have that effect on people, and for such a young person, 15 years old, to be able to evoke the emotions out of a 36-year-old man, that is incredibly powerful. And I guess it's just a reflection, It's a reflection of what I did for them. So enough of that. Quit crying. You can click on the link if you want to check that out. Basically, my structure for that live stream, I do music history, like what happened this day in music history, and then I do a key of the day, where I just start jamming into a key. Every day is a different key. And then today I was like, all right, this was our last day of school, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And just read those letters, and the kids were in there and all that stuff. So it's a lot of fun. We have fun. So thank you for allowing me to share that with you. Let's talk more about Bitcoin before I get offline here. God, it's already 10:30 almost. But that's all right. So this is your reminder to stay hydrated. You are unable to cry if you are dehydrated. So please make sure you get your daily dose. Your body is mostly water after all. All right. So Eric Trump just said, royal families says, okay, that's a typo. Royal families and everyone are buying Bitcoin. 0.1 Bitcoin will be worth an absolute fortune. If you're not at that level, you need to do everything in your power to get to 0.1 Bitcoin. I can say that I am. Okay, I have reached that goal. It took me a long time, but I can say I have reached that level, at least. After this market, I plan to roll all of my profits back into the Bitcoin and maybe double that. I don't know. Maybe triple that. I don't know. And that's why I'm really chasing this Bitcoin block. Because as powerful as I believe 0.1 Bitcoin will be, imagine 3.125 Bitcoin. Even after the next halving. That's why I'm trying to get it all in before the next halving. Because even after the next halving, whatever it is, whatever the next halving amount will be, even that amount of Bitcoin will be life-changing, because by that point, the number, of what Bitcoin is worth will be even greater. It's just getting hot in here. My air conditioner, I turned it on, but it's just not doing anything. Turns out it was doing something, just not enough. Just not enough. All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, you need to get to that level. I think that was something else that Rajit Soni guy talked about. Just getting to that level and like what it's going to be worth in the future. All right, lock in. I'm not exactly sure what they're saying there, but I liked it. Money. Get your heart into it. You'll be fine. All right. Do you see this? So if you haven't seen these, this is like the bell curve of intelligence. So sunken brain people and smart brain people both understand the same things, and then it's the mid-range people who are having trouble. So there's a bunch of memes like this. So these guys are saying the same thing. HODL, and this dude's over here trading, watching charts, doing technical analysis, trying to time the market. All right, fun fact. Time in the market beats timing the market. You will never be able to time the market. I know, that's why I'm glad I'm showing this. That's what I was thinking when I was reading that. You don't need to be that guy. Just pick a side over here. Go sunken in brain if you want to, or go laser eyes if you want to. It's your choice, And basically, it's just the more you learn, the more you're like, listen, I don't have to do anything. It's a long-term hold. You buy, you hold. $100,000 feels like a lot. Yikes. Futures. Yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, if you want, I would, connect with that options trader guy. Maybe you can learn something from him. But I try to stay away from that stuff. I only lost like $200 learning how to trade. And I just got really freaking lucky with my position. And I'm writing it out. And it's only a $10 position. But I'm up like $200 on it. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, the more you realize it, don't worry. Stack sats, and that 50 grand that you lost, it will be meaningless in the future. 100% meaningless. I'm sure it hurt. I'm sure it means a lot to you right now, but it will become less and less meaningful as time goes on. I really believe it. All right. VP Vance just said Bitcoin is strategically important asset for the United States. You know, that's the thing, Fussy. I don't think anybody ever has any luck gambling. I hope I'm right too. But I have the conviction. I believe it. My friend is super into poker. He lives in Jacksonville, Florida. And there's a huge gambling scene there. And there are huge poker rooms and all this stuff, casinos and all this stuff around there. I think it's just like the largest poker room in the country, if not in the world. It's a best bet is what it's called. And so he goes there and he plays and he's really good. But even, you know, he still has downs and whatnot. You know, you get down, you get up. But I go in there, and at the time I was smoking all the time. So like I walked into a poker room stoned out of my mind with like, I don't know, maybe I want to say like $100 or $200 just to fuck around with. And it was gone in like 10 minutes. And I was like, I'm going to go to the bar because this is not fun. Especially being stoned. It was like everything was so fast. It was like, what the heck is happening? And he was like, I'll give you another $200. I was like, no, that's all right. No, nobody needs to lose their money. I'm just going to go sit at the bar. I'm fine. I'm not mad or anything. This is not for me. It's just not for me. So, hey, we have 4 viewers and 20 views. Haha, that's fun. So, yeah, strategically important asset for the United States. And not only that, it's important for the world. It's important for every single person in the world. This is just a fun little video I thought was kind of cool. This is MicroStrategies. I don't know what kind of dancing this is, but it's pretty cool. It looks like it's an old video. And then GameStop is trying to follow suit here. So, GameStop just bought some Bitcoin, like 4,000 Bitcoin. Let's see if they line up. Oh, they kind of line up with my music. Oh, that's kind of funny. It looks like fun. That looks like fun. So GameStop to adopt Bitcoin treasury strategy. Institutional Bitcoin adoption is just getting started. Buckle up. That's the thing, guys. That's the thing. So I don't know what's happening here, and I finally watched a Crypto Crow last night. It was like a day old video, but he has not been posting very much. I miss him. I need him every day. You know, he's so straightforward. He's so honest. I try to be like him, you know, just in my delivery and things like that. Like, he's passionate. He gets fired up and things like that when he gets into stuff that he's passionate about. He's such a good dude. I really want to meet him. But anyway, so he posted a video and he was talking about this. He's like, these Cardano ETFs, you know, they're going to allow institutional corporations and things to have all this power within the Cardano ecosystem. And that just does not sit right with us. It's just not okay. So, I don't know. I saw something else. I think I sent it. Oh, here, wow. Perfect timing. So here's a number that is easily attainable. Okay. Easily attainable. Let's see. 2,142 Bitcoin. In this wallet right here, this is not all of my ADA, but in this wallet right here, I have 2,232 ADA. So a little bit, almost 100 more than that. Yeah, you better hold. ADA, I think, is going to be a rock star this time around. Okay. So in terms of network percentage, 2,142 ADA is equivalent to holding 1 Bitcoin. Okay. Let that sink in. That's 1/21 millionth. Is that right? 21 million, 1/21 million? I don't know. That would mean you have a million, wouldn't it? 1 out of 21 million? That would mean you have the same. I don't know if that math is right now that I'm looking at that. Now that I'm looking at that, that doesn't look right. But just for reference, 2,232 Bitcoin is a little over $1,500. Okay. So if you can afford any amount of that, if you can get 2,000 ADA, get some ADA. Do yourself a favor and thank me later. Get some ADA, thank me later. getting a shirt with that on it. That was a good one. That was a very good one. Get some ADA, thank me later. All right. Huge breaking news. New York City mayor says he will be the first city, will be the first city in the world to issue a Bitcoin bond. You gotta. It's a trap. It's a trap. Futures trading, like you said, it's gambling. And it's addictive. It really is. And if you have that type of personality, you need to have some self-awareness and just be like, you know what? No. Play the Bitcoin lottery instead. Okay? Spend a very small portion of whatever you were spending. Go get a nerd axe. Go get a bit axe. Okay? $400 I spent on that 2.5 terahash. That's your lottery. That is your lottery. Remember, with where is it? So over here with 2.5 terahash. I dare you to calculate your odds on what a trade would be. This is literally the easiest thing in the world to hook up. You don't have to go all deep down the rabbit hole that I did. You hook it up to I think it's like CK pool, solo pool. CK pool. I'll do a video on it. Solo CK pool. They're going to take a fee if you win, 2% fee. But I mean, the likelihood of you winning is like nothing, but you get to see your Bitcoin happening every day. So you plug this stuff in, and I'll show you. I think I showed on one of my videos, but I'll make a short just for this. How to hook it up, because you don't have to go all deep down the rabbit hole like I have. But it's a lot more fun. But if you're not into tech, then you're not into tech. But I would encourage you to look up your chances on one of your futures trades. I don't know how you would calculate that, but maybe ask Grok or something, or whatever AI you choose to use. I don't know. It's super simple. It's really simple. You get the thing, you find the IP address, and then you put in that information, you put this in, and then it mines. Yo, it's Chris! You missed all the crying. If you go back up to that link I sent you, I just talked about a decision that I made about my career. Hey, it's alright, What's up? I gotta make sure to remember to send that package tomorrow. But yeah, so, why hello Rose, how are you today? You guys, you might want to back up a little bit. Or, cooking in college? Yo, ETH about a pump. Welcome, cooking in college. But anyway, if you look back at my link, maybe I'll go back and I will pin the message. So I'm going to pin that comment. That will link you to my other video on my other channel, Durante's House of Music, where I read some student letters. Okay, I read some student letters to me. I decided, they changed my schedule, and I decided to quit teaching. And then I told the students, and they got all emotional and blah, blah, blah. And so I decided to not quit and stay maybe one more year. Don't go in, no trading. And so I encourage you to go watch that. I read one of them. If you back up maybe 10 minutes or so, I read some of them. And then there were some onion cutting going on in here and whatnot. So it's been an emotional roller coaster the last couple of weeks. So I'm glad to have you guys to kind of talk about other things with. Welcome, Cooking in College. Chris is also a chef. This is exciting. New friends every day, correct. Hello. Join the Discord. Get in on the conversation. Let me post that in there. But yeah, so Fussy, I would invite you to try and figure out, where am I at? How do I do this? There we go. I would invite you to figure out your odds for one of your trades. You're better. Yes, indeed. And I've made my decision. I'm going to stick around a little bit longer. But I encourage you, go back and watch that. Because if you watch the full video here on my other channel, it was a it was a ride. And that's why I was a little bit later today. Not to mention I've been napping. I need to quit doing that. But anyway, so at 2.5 terahash for a mere $400, which is kind of a lot for that amount of terahash, every day you have a 1 in 2 million chance to get a block. Thank you. It was very special. These kids really mean a lot to me, and I mean a lot to them, I guess. And there was some really good stuff in those letters. So when we're done here, you can go check that out. Since you're an hour earlier than me, you have plenty of time. So just to finish up, Fussy, if you're at all inclined, check these things out. Where does it? Yeah, so that's that thing. And like, if you don't want to do that, you can hook it up to a pool and you can make 6 cents a day. Woo! I mean, it's nothing really. But the amount of power that it costs you, so it costs you a year, costs $30 to power the thing. And you can make $20 where you're losing. No, that's actually profit. You're making $50. You're profiting $20 a year, but it's nothing. But yeah, so 1 in 2.4 million a day, or 1 in 6,000 a year to get a Bitcoin block and possibly get $300,000. So that is the kind of gambling that I would like to do, and in fact I do. There you go. I appreciate the support, Chris. You guys are awesome. All right, let's get back into this here. So New York plans to be the first city in the world to issue a Bitcoin bond, whatever the heck that means. Financial instruments backed by Bitcoin. Okay? It's just better to buy Bitcoin. But hey, man, we got to make it easier for these people who don't have, the know-how and whatnot to buy it. Bitcoin, Steak and Shake, cows have taken over the Bitcoin conference. Look at that. Look at all the happy cows. I might just have to go get me a burger. I'll be out tuning tomorrow, Saturday, excuse me. I'll be out tuning some. Oh, okay, this was kind of funny. So I might have to go get me another Steak and Shake Bitcoin burger. I did like that. That was pretty cool. The vegans, whatever. They'll pass out from malnutrition anyway. I'm about to cook up a big fat steak. Tonight? Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'm not eating anybody. The vegans are going to pass out from malnutrition, and I'm going to eat a big fat steak to counteract all the vegans not eating a steak. Cow people. Oh, I get it. Nope. I'm not eating people. I'm not a Hannibal Lecter. But yeah, I thought that drawing was pretty cool. I don't know what all the things on there were. A Bitcoin steak. Give me a slice of that. Or more appropriately, a Cardano steak. Because you're staking Cardano and making money. You know. So, I'm not sure. Okay, so this is the picture that we're talking about here. Some fan art. I really like that drawing board. That's really cool. So, we got Solana. Is that ETH or ETH Classic? I think it's ETH Classic, but I'm not sure because it's green instead of blue. And then we got Cardano. And then that's not XRP. That's, okay. Rose, is there a Rose token? XLM is Stellar, right? I was just about to say that one. Okay, and I was thinking Ronin. Floki. Okay, see, these are things that I'm not really into that much, so I didn't know. Okay, so Rose, Stellar, Ada, Floki, Solana, Ronin, and ETH Classic. See, I knew my stuff. That's cool. That's really cool. And you can see I'm not an artist. This is my art. But my artwork is more of, I really envision myself as a neo-impressionist. And if you have no idea what that means, Impressionism was in the late 1800s and early 1900s was the style of music and art where the details were less important. Well, that's cool. It's a team effort. So you most likely are familiar with Impressionist art. like Monet and others. When you learn music history, you also learn art history because they go very hand in hand together. So this is beautiful. This may be like, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Where did that picture go? Let me just look at that picture. That was a cool picture. So Impressionism is more about the feelings that are involved with the scenery, okay? Not so much the details. It's not a very realistic painting style. Oh, absolutely they do. I'm excited for more NFTs and music NFTs and things like that. I will definitely be posting some music NFTs as we go forward in time. But like, look at that. That gives you a feeling of walking through this sunny field, chasing after the girl with the umbrella or whatever, right? This gives you a feeling of autumn walking down a trail. I've been in a place that looks like that, right? I know what that feeling is. So in my music, I think I am more of an impressionist artist, right? I would like to evoke feelings. And so when I draw, this is almost impressionist, but also kind of expressionist. I want to express my feelings. And so that's how I draw and do my art. So that's fun. What was I going to say? Is that the end of what I was going to say? I think so. So this was just kind of funny. Let's just listen to this real quick.
Stablecoins.
From stablecoin.
Mind you, this is the Bitcoin conference.
Stablecoin
for Bitcoin.
Stablecoin.
Thank you, Chris.
Stablecoins.
That's Senator Lummis. I think you get the idea. Sponsored by Mara. Yeah, that's not great. Learned so much about Bitcoin at the Bitcoin conference. Here's a summary of what I learned. RLUSD, what is that? Okay, so GameStop purchased 4,710 Bitcoin. And then later on, we're going to see what happened to their stock price. Oh, maybe we won't. It went straight up. Imagine that. Okay, if you're thinking of making a big move in your life, Portugal needs foreigners like you. Portugal is still recovering from the 2008 financial crisis. That's wild to think about. And has rapidly shrinking population with huge brain drain. It's in dire need of foreigners to live, work, and spend money there to recover. That's why the Portuguese government is looking to attract high-tech remote workers with favorable benefits through the so-called NHR program. It's just kind of small, I can't read it. Zero tax on foreign income. Tax exemptions apply on almost all foreign sourced income. 0% tax on crypto, 0% tax on dividends, on tax on wealth, 10% on pensions, 20% on freelancing. No minimum stay requirement. 5 years fast track to an EU passport. Remote worker friendly and affordable. So that's pretty exciting. If you're thinking about a move, there's a place on Earth that I would be interested in at least visiting, maybe buying like a vacation house. But I've seen these on the map. If you look at this in the map, let's look at this on the map. Let's go to map. How do I do that? If you look at the map, and I love maps. I love maps so much. Look at this, just for perspective. Just for perspective here. I love maps. I will go on Google Maps and literally just roam around the earth. I've looked at all different kinds of places all over the world. And this is somewhere that I thought was just kind of a cool place. Okay, the Azores. They're part of Portugal, speaking of Portugal. They're in the middle of the freaking Atlantic Ocean. I don't want to go to the Bermuda Triangle. It's a different kind of triangle. But like in the middle, this is where they are. The only reason I think I found them was because I was tracking a hurricane that was going, and it was like way up there. And I was like, wow, okay, the Azores, let's go, right? So it's interesting. I would definitely go there, and it's part of Portugal. Oops. Yeah, look at that. Oops. There you go. So this is like obviously expanded a bit. You can see the context here of where it's actually at. Way out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And then there's another set here that's the Madeira Islands. A little bit closer to Africa. But I mean the Portuguese, you know, because they're kind of locked onto the coast because of the big mountain range here, they had a navy and they went off and conquered all these places, and so this was just on their journey. I mean, that would have been a great little stopping point on the way across the Atlantic back in the day, so it's interesting. I would definitely be interested to visit there, and I guess if I could get some taxes exemptions, that'd be kind of cool too. So we're winding down here. It's a lot of different areas. So what is RLUSD? Oh, roller coin. Okay. Tried it out a while back. You can make a bunch of different cryptocurrencies. Okay. Hey man, whatever works for you. You know, I'm here to present my ideas, but obviously I am not the end all be all of crypto. Like I said, I am no expert. Pakistan just announced they are establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Oh, I see. Ripple. Okay. Got it. Bitcoin DeFi will be available on Butane, integrated with our friends from Lace. So Charles Hoskinson says, let's effing go, bro. All right. eToro. Yeah, see, here's Crypto Crow, Jason Appleton. Smart dude, passionate dude, like 7 feet tall, quite literally. So Tap Tools is a nice Cardano thing that I follow on X. They said eToro is relisting Cardano, reopening access to its 38 million users. And Crypto Crow says, why was it ever delisted to begin with? What a great question. All right. So I think that's about it. Let's see if there's anything popping up here on my... This is maybe a dangerous thing to do. Just load up my feed here. Wow. Teslas are driving themselves around Austin. The SEC says crypto staking doesn't involve securities. A clarity boost for proof-of-stake chains like Cardano. That's great. Oops. That's really great. Don't care what anyone says. Get to 1 Bitcoin. 0.18 retire in your bloodline. Yeah, okay, maybe. Oh, these videos are so funny with these aliens. I'll watch that later. I'll bookmark that and watch that later. All right. If it wasn't for you, wouldn't have such a great time doing this through Tom. Huddle Harmony. Much love, sir. Thank you very much, Chris. I do appreciate that. I'm going to throw some love back at you. It's been an emotional couple of weeks. Let me sign off here. It's been... Ooh, look, our candle... Oh, my God. We're about to get another candle here. So I guess I could wait another couple minutes. But, yeah. It's just been an emotional roller coaster. Did I bring this one up? Oh, yeah, I did. I mean, just look at this. It's really got to me. I love these little folded notes. It brings you back to school. You're getting these little folded notes. You pull it apart. I mean, come on. Everybody remembers that kind of stuff. Thank you for showing me how to laugh. For real, again. You genuinely brought back my spark. And I don't remember if I said that already on here. Yeah, I think I did. I watched it happen because I knew this student when she was in 8th grade, as I did with some of them, because I went down and worked with the middle schoolers. And like I started to say, I don't know if I finished my thought. Absolutely fussy. And it's powerful. You know, I don't have kids. So that's powerful. I want kids, but I do have a classroom full of kids who really respect and enjoy my presence and whatnot, and it's just so much fun to have that. So yeah, it's been really cool to have that influence. And I'm not crying. Nobody's crying. I'm not crying. You're crying. But it's just so cool to have that influence. And, you know, honestly, I didn't say this on my other stream, but honestly, I can be honest with you. I never planned on being a teacher. Never in my life. My mother encouraged me to do substitute teaching or whatever, and then an opportunity presented itself for me to start teaching elementary school. And I love younger kids just because they're so curious and everything is new to them, you know, so it's rewarding to be that person to, and like she said, brought her spark back. Freshman in high school, you know, brought her spark back, because the school system can be very demoralizing, you know, and they've told me, even before I decided that I wanted to quit and then change my mind, even before that, they've told me, that student in particular said, I'm scared of every other teacher. You are the only one who I'm not afraid of. I'm like, what the heck? What are these teachers doing? There are a lot of freaking weird teachers. Hey, there's our candle, and it's an up candle. That's great. But yeah, I mean, some of these teachers, like, what are they doing? I'm sure you guys can think back and you had mean teachers and things like that. I was a quiet kid in high school. I've always had long hair. That's why it's nice for me to have it back. But like, I remember in my English class in junior year, I would sit there, and I can't do it now because there's not much in front anymore, but I would sit there with my hair literally in front of my face and just like sleep or something, like, and then like I did a lot of music stuff, so I did my orchestra classes and all that fun stuff, and yeah, so like I can relate, but I don't know what these teachers are doing. And like left and right, you hear about all these horrible things that teachers do to kids, and it's like, why are you ruining somebody's life like that? You are being entrusted with the next generation, and that's another Star Trek reference. But you're being entrusted with these kids. Like, some of these kids, like, you gotta go back and you gotta watch that music stream, because there will never be another one like that. And I had all the kids in there talking about their experiences and how much, you know, how much I meant to them and all that kind of stuff. But like, you don't know what some of these kids are going through. I've heard some very disturbing stories about some of this, one in particular, and she's had an incredibly difficult life at 16. You know, I mean, some of you probably had some experiences like that, you never know, but it's just difficult. Being a kid is difficult enough. Why do you got to make it more difficult? You know, you may be miserable in your life, but don't put that on a kid. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's not nice. You be respectful to all earthlings. So, enough emotions. I've had enough today. I'm ready to curl up into a ball. Oh, but like, just to finish my thought. I never planned on being a teacher. It's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. And in the back of my mind, I was always like, you know, I don't know how long I can make this last. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this. But while I'm here, I'm going to be the realest MFer these kids will have ever known. And I think a lot of those letters speak to that. I'm just real with them. I'm straight up. A lot of the times I say some out-of-pocket shit and they have no idea what's coming. Oh my God. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that and that you have to live with that trauma. People are sick. This is a wild and crazy world. And like you said earlier, music heals. You know, music definitely heals. And you know, with that circumstance, you know, maybe the guy obviously had no idea. Maybe he knew what he was doing, and it's again about our conversation yesterday. Pleasure versus happiness. You know, so much of what we do is in the pursuit of pleasure instead of happiness. And we just need to flip that a little bit. Go for happiness. Be happy. Be joyful. Find the joy in life. And that's what I do every day between teaching and especially teaching, but especially in my music repair business. People have an old, sad, dejected piano that has sounded better in its life. I come in and I bring the joy back into their life. And quite often, when I walk out of a room, when I walk out of somebody's house that I just fixed their piano or I just tuned it up and made it sound great, they'll sit down and they'll play it immediately. And it's a beautiful experience, being able to do that for people. And it's a service, and of course, I get paid, but the joy that I bring and the joy that is brought to me is priceless. Yo, cue the Piano Man theme song. I think it's time to cue our HODL Harmonian song. And let me get the heck out of here for the night. It's been an emotional roller coaster. I do encourage you, go back and go watch my videos where I'm pouring my heart out and sharing with the kids. I had to go get tissues. It was bad. I wasn't like sobbing, but getting choked up trying to read through these things. But anyway, it's Thursday. I have some plans tomorrow. I'm going to see a comedian with my parents. So depending on how late that gets out, I may or may not go online tomorrow. But I'll post in the Discord regardless, and we can communicate there. Absolutely, Chris. That's beautiful. And that's the thing. That's why I really enjoy what I do. Thank you, Butters. It's just so much fun having a community. You're gonna miss me? Well, I might come on. I mean, you're in a whole different time zone. I mean, if I go on later tomorrow, then it'll just be later in the afternoon for you. So I'll post in the Discord, and if you guys are interested, then I'll go online. Who knows what's gonna happen. I just hope that Bitcoin starts pumping soon. So who knows what's gonna happen. But anyway, thank you for being a part of this family. You guys are gonna be an ever increasing important part of my life. And yeah, I don't foresee ever stopping doing this. I mean, I got a long stretch of road ahead of me. Barring any tragic situations where my life is cut short, I just plan to keep doing this. So let's get it. Let's get to it. So anyway, please do. That's what the Discord's for. It's a community. It's not just me. You guys, it's your space. I created it for all of us. So we need to get in there and share whatever you want. Right? I know sometimes I post things about my music channel in there, and I do have a Discord for my music channel, but I'm hesitant to post that yet on that channel because right now it's just full of my students, and I'm pretty sure I can't have them in a Discord with me. So that's why I'm just using our Discord to kind of post some stuff for you guys, because clearly you guys are interested in music too. So if we do go on tomorrow, I would like to do Music Fridays or Music Mondays, maybe because we did it Monday this week. Maybe we'll just do Music Mondays, and we'll make some more songs. Maybe we'll make a song about some different coins and things like that. But just for fun, yesterday's video did really well. Let me see if I can pull this up. Oh my god. No. Let's go back to this. Where was it? But I mean, we had, in that video yesterday, there were 60 viewers in that video. 7 likes, no comments, because the live chat for whatever reason doesn't count as a comment. I don't understand that, but whatever. Yeah, so that wasn't bad. That was pretty good. And then on my other channel, I posted a video. Let me pull that up because it's pretty cool. Let me pull that up. I love how my sign-offs like linger on. You know that phenomenon where you're ready for the night to be over. You walk to the door to say goodbye, and then you stand there and talk for 10 minutes. That's like an actual psychological phenomena. It's like you want the night to be over, you're ready to go home, but you're not ready for it to end. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is the video not working? Hang on. Okay. So I posted a short. So check out this short. So I'm starting to go back through my videos. This is an old video. I think 2022 or something like that. But this is an old video. This is my latest short on my music channel. It's already got 358 views, which is better than average for me. And it's got my Tom the Piano Man video music.
Keys out of tune, just give me a call. Got tools in my Tessie, I handle it all. From grants to uprights, I'll make them sing. 12 years of craft and everything I bring.
I'm Tom the Piano Man, P-N-O-M-A-N, the Piano Man.
Fix that squeaky
Really?
pedal. You know I can. From
That is
concert
true.
halls to living room spaces, leave every instrument in perfect places. Hammer strings, I know every part. This ain't just business, it's musical art. I'm Tom the Piano Man, P-N-O-M-A-N, the Piano Man.
So this is me putting on a set of strings. This is an old player piano that I'm rebuilding. And this is me going one string at a time, obviously in a time lapse. And they're all on a wire here, so they're kept in order. And you can see they're just adding one at a time, strings. And then I kind of zoom in a little bit. But yeah, that's interesting. Midwest Goodbye, that's kind of cool. I'm sure there's... I have actually heard that it's like a... I don't know. It's like a European thing. I heard it was French or something. But I don't know. It's just... I think it's you know, it's just one of those cultural things that we tend to do. You know, we're ready to go home, but we go to say goodbye and we're like, oh, and then we stand there and talk for a little bit. So that's kind of how I feel about my goodbyes here. So anyway, let's actually say goodbye now. If you want to help out humanity, there's a few things that you should do to make this world a better place for all of us. Number 1, be kind and respectful to yourself, the person in the mirror. That's really the only person who matters and whose opinion should matter to you. Number 2, be kind to other people, even if they don't deserve it. It throws them off, it screws with their head. Number 3, be respectful of all earthlings, big and small. And number 4, stay hydrated. Your body is mostly water after all. Get your daily dose. If you want to help out this channel, whoa, don't kick the camera. If you want to help out this channel, there's a couple of things you should do. Number 1, hit the like button in odd intervals. Number 2, smash the subscribe button. Number 3, poke the notification bell so you get notified whenever I put out new content, which is pretty regularly. And especially now that I'm done with school for the summer, things will be coming and going, and you want to stay on top of it. And number 4, I'm like, oh, how many was that? Make sure you share this video with all your friends, all your family, all of their friends, all of their family. Just spread the word. Spread it like butter. And number 5, join the Discord so you can be a part of our flourishing community. And last, but certainly not least, the best thing that you can do for yourself, for the Bitcoin community, for the Earth community, for the universe at large. Have a great night.